Hi, I'm Gloria Leibecker, and welcome to the Healing You Sanctuary. This is a space where your heart is invited to remember itself, where all of you is welcome. The tender places, the questions, the weariness, and the quiet hope that there might be another way. So let's take a breath as we arrive. If it feels good, place a hand on your heart and notice what your body is telling you in this moment. Here at the sanctuary, my work is all about relationship with yourself, with those you love, and with that field that's actually inside of you, and with the larger web of life that's always holding us in these conversations. I share from my own journey, my home to my heart, and I've gone through grief and patterning I didn't even know I was carrying, and through the unexpected grace of presence, connection, and the knowing field that lives in and around us. You're not here by accident. Something in you is already reaching for more kindness, more truth, and more spaciousness inside. For now, you don't have to do anything. Simply be here. Breathe. Let your system know that this is the time for you. I'm so glad that you're here. Let's begin. Before I share today's story, I want to invite you to keep noticing your own body, noticing your breath and the small places of opening, because what I'm about to share is a story behind my new song, I Say Yes. It's a story about fear. It's about courage, devotion, and choosing your own life. And I want to begin with honesty. I know my fears by name. I fear being seen. I fear being sliced apart by judgment. I fear that if I shine, someone will decide that I need to be cut down. I fear that men finding me attractive will use power like a weapon. And I fear that course of social media, like, who does she think she is? She's too old or she's too much. I fear not belonging. I fear being unsafe. And maybe you know these fears too, in your own way. For a long time, I shaped myself to fit around all of those fears. I made myself quite small. I was quiet and careful, but I don't do that anymore. Now I invite my fears to sit beside me while I choose my life and the choice that I made. And I've made a lot of new choices. It's really been quite a fascinating journey to come to the place where I can gather those parts of myself that were so scared and for them to feel felt, for them to reawaken and come back alive, to be a part of the wholeness that I am. Have you ever done that? Have you awakened to these deeper layers within you? But this choice that I made, it changed everything. And that choice is this: I will be outrageously alive, and I'll be responsible for my safety. I'll be beautifully visible, and I'll belong to myself first. I will let my beauty be welcome. It'll be a welcoming, not a war. And this transformation, it didn't arrive like a lightning bolt. It came through some very small, sacred daily choices, such as I wear the jeans that fit my body right now, a top that makes me smile, and I put on earrings that can catch the light. And I curl my hair because it delights me. And I put on a little bit of makeup because it feels like being playful. And I walk with my shoulders soft and my eyes open. And when fear tightens my breath, I breathe wider. I consciously greet people and I allow my voice to carry. And then I begin doing something brand new. I chose my dreams out loud. So I want my little timber frame sanctuary complete, quiet, spacious, a place for music, for people, for presence. I want smooth gated horses who glide like rivers and online lessons to support me where I am and to deepen my conversation with my healing herd. I want a covered arena, small little cabins, and a kitchen hall where we can gather to eat, sing, and care for one another. And in the midst of it is my music studio, where for 2 hours I sing each day. And there is also a place I go dancing, where movement and horses, they make prayers together. It's a place where there's an interspecies freedom and women who come here to remember it with me. So I take actions that match these dreams. I go out and step into the timber frame as it is, and I sing anyway. And I beautify my home with what I have now. I schedule an online lesson, and then I go out and I practice with my herd. And I record my songs and sing them for 2 hours at a time, just like I used to. Only now the band is me and the horses. I also honor what hurts. My shoulder holds an old injury and an even older grief. So I place a hand there and I seek wisdom. And I let tears move when they need to. And then I ask for support without any apology. For sisters to say yes to the resonance, and for people who listen all the way through. I want a wait list for sacred circles because the work matters. And through all of this, the fear, the devotion, the daily tending, I realized I was living an ancient alchemical process. Negredo, the blackening, where old stories rise, and albedo, the washing, where compassion softens every bruise. And the citrinitas, I don't know that I say that quite right, and that's okay. But that's the yellowing in alchemy. That's where the first light returns. And then rubedo, that's the reddening, where desire becomes action. And from this came the truth. Beauty is not a weapon. It is welcome. I can be luminous and safe because I belong to myself first. And this became the foundation, the heartbeat. It's the essence. And it became my song. I say yes. It's a song about choosing my life, choosing courage, choosing visibility, and choosing the alchemy of everyday devotion. So if something in my story resonates, if your body whispers a soft yes, if you're longing to be more visible and more safe, more connected, more yourself, I want to invite you into my sacred circles. I have an 8-week online gathering for women coming home to their own hearts. And the next circle begins December the 8th. So if you feel the pull, you can book a gentle connection call with me. It's not a sales call. It's a moment to feel into whether this circle feels like the true constellation for you. So you can either comment heart in the comments here, or you can send me a message and I'll send you the link. And I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for listening. And I want to thank you for saying yes to you and to your heart in whatever way that your heart is ready. And let you know that your heart, it is welcome here.